Like that? Okay. Friends, let us continue the second lecture. The title of the second lecture is Role and Responsibilities of Teachers. Teachers are very important. They are the backbone of the colleges, universities, and even the schools. Importance of teachers has been highlighted by several scholars from ancient time to the modern period. As we all know, Plato and his teacher Socrates, Aristotle were great teachers in ancient Greece. According to the NEP of 2020, teachers truly shape the future of our children, and as a result, the future of our nation. And therefore, they must be respected in the society. Therefore, NEP calls for respect for society, because they shape the future of the nation and the future of the citizens. They must be at the center of the fundamental reforms in education system. They shape next generation of students. They should be respected with dignity and autonomy while instilling quality and accountability. This is the opinion of NEP of 2020. A teacher is called a guru, and a guru is called acharya. A real guru takes moral responsibility for the growth of his students, for the development of his students. According to Radhakrishnan, teaching is a noble profession, and we cannot have a good education system without committed and devoted teachers. This is the opinion of Dr. S. Radhakrishnan, who himself was a great teacher in the Indian society after our independence. The word teacher has got 7 letters. Forget lecturer, assistant professor, and professor. They are only designations. But I would like to use the word teacher, which has a lot of meaning and understanding. This word teacher contains 7 letters. These 7 letters can be analyzed as follows. To understand the role and responsibility of the teachers. T stands for transformation. A teacher is a transformer. Parivartaka antivi ನಾವು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ. I will explain that. E, a teacher is an educator. A teacher is an advisor. C, he is a creator. H, he is a harmonizer. E, elucidator or researcher in the realm of higher education. How he is a transformer? How we transform the students? He is a multifaceted personality. He must be personally affable, educationally respectable, professionally inspirational, socially responsible, technologically knowledgeable. All these make him a role model in the society. That is why he is called as a transformer. He is not merely transmitting the ideas. He transforms the learner. According to Gandhiji, Teachers should be inspired by the spirit of service, the spirit of profession or teaching. Their attitude, ability, aptitude play a vital role in the transformation of learners. Keep this in mind. Number one, their ability, their affability, friendship, their attitude, manobhavane ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೇವೆ, and aptitude, interest. They play a vital role in the transformation of the students or the learners. They should teach the significance of social values, morality, character building, patriotism, humanism, secularism, and fraternity. Whatever the topic you teach, whenever you digress sometimes for few minutes, you can teach the students these social values, which are very, very important. These values are embodied in the Constitution, particularly secularism. What do you mean by secularism? It is nothing but humanism, respect for others, loving others, and living happily with others. Morality is very important. Nowadays, we are ignoring the moral values. We are ignoring the morality. Integrity is very important. Morality goes with integrity. Integrity is nothing but honesty. And this will go a long way to build your character. Character building is very important. And making the students or the learners to respect their country, whatever their socio-religious background. Whenever they are the citizens of the country, they must respect patriotism. One writer in Italy, Machiavelli, in the early part of the 16th century said, I love my country more than my soul. I love my country more than my soul. Motherland is greater than heaven. Please remember. Because it gives you everything. It gives you education. It protects you. It gives you health facilities. And therefore, that will make the man to human being and also develop a sense of fraternity. Fraternity is nothing but brotherhood of mankind. We must treat one another as brothers and sisters. In that sense, you can change the students. His whole perception can be changed. His attitude can be changed. A bad student can become a good student. That is very important. In the opinion of two writers, 8 core competencies are to be nurtured among the students for their transformation. 8 core competencies. What are they? Number 1, creativity. Make him creative. Make him innovative. Enlighten him. Motivate him. Encourage him. He will become creative. Slow learners can become advanced learners by encouraging creativity among the students. Number 2, curiosity. Curiosity is very important. First one, creativity. Second one, curiosity. Create the curiosity among the students. The curious state of mind is open-hearted. And it is the most powerful seed that the teacher can plant in young minds. Curiosity. Curiosity about the subject. Curiosity about the life. Curiosity about the society. About the developments. Make him more enthusiastic. Number 3, communication. That is very important. Make him to speak well. Friends, you remember, in Western countries, including America, at the very young age, in the schools education, they give primacy to communication. They give primacy to language. That is why, they speak very well. They are very good communicators. Unless you speak well, effectively, clearly, properly, then you cannot convey your ideas to others. Then the 4th one, collaboration. Develop a sense of commonhood among people, collaboration, collaborative activity. We have to help the society. We have to grow. We have to promote group discussion, group research. Number 7, criticism. That is very important. Analyze the critical thinking among the students. Socrates was the pioneer of critical thinking and questioning. Because unless you encourage critical thinking, students cannot develop a sense of whole personality, a sense of development. Therefore, according to several writers, teachers should be friends and mentors to encourage the students to ask questions. They should become what we call interrogators. They should ask the questions. Whenever the student asks the questions, teachers should not get agitated. They should not become angry. Therefore, open access resources will go a long way to make the students to develop the importance and relevance of the what we call critical thinking. Open access resources include books, lecture notes, research papers, videos, and interactive platforms. They go a long way in making him a perfect individual. And therefore, criticism or critical thinking among them is important. And you should encourage them. Don't make them more passive. Don't threaten them in the classroom. If they ask question, welcome them. Even if it is an irritating question, welcome it. Then number 8, compassion. That is very important. Compassion is sympathy. And sympathy must lead to empathy. Let them develop compassion towards the society, towards the fellow human beings. Because today, we see in the electronic media, print media, how man is becoming brutal, man is becoming animal, man is behaving in a very bad way towards his fellow individuals. Because he is forgetting the values, he is forgetting the morality, he is forgetting the friendship, he is forgetting the compassion. That should not happen. Therefore, you must have compassion towards your fellow human beings, towards your teachers, towards your friends, towards your parents, and also towards the old people who are weak and meek. Then the 9th one, composer. That is very important. A man must be calm and quiet. A man must be free from emotional. He must develop a sense of rationalism. According to psychologists, emotion is the enemy of reason. Don't become emotional. Try to become rational. Try to become calm. Listen to others. Then only react. Patience will go a long way. Therefore, composure means you must be a rational man. You must be a non-emotional man. You must be a calm-going person. And you must be a man with patience and tolerance. Tolerant personality is very, very important. Don't react quickly or angrily for any question or for any argument. And lastly, citizenship. That is very important. You must try to become a good citizen. Who is a good citizen? A good citizen is one who respects his country, who loves his country. See, if you go to Western countries, they always say, I am a proud American. I am a proud Australian. In India also, we must feel that we are proud Indians. So whenever we go abroad to any country in the world, we must feel that we are Indians. Indians first and foremost. The Constitution of India has given single citizenship despite federal system of government. We are Kannadigas, Keralites, Tamilians only for the purpose of administration. But for the purpose of the nation, we are all Indians. So when there is a column called nationality, you must use the word nation Indians. Indians are the proud citizens of the country. From that point of view, friends, a teacher is called as a transformer. He should play a very important role in transforming the society and in transforming what you call the individual. In that sense, T stands for transformer, transformation. Don't forget this. Then E, a teacher is an educator. What is the teaching? Teaching means nurturing. Teaching means professing. The essence of teaching is not in the transmission of knowledge alone, but in the ability to help each other and thereby to make the man to know. That is very important. The Dellar Commission, we submitted the report to the UNESCO in 1996, more than 30 years ago, emphasized 4 aspects of learning. How the teachers can educate the people to learn. Learn to know is one. Learn to know is one. Learn to do is another. Learn to be is the third one. Learn to live together is the fourth one. Look at the simple words, but with lot of meaning. Learn to know. Learn to do, skill-oriented knowledge. Because learning is very important to do something. If you want to become a scientist, if you want to become a great teacher, if you want to become a painter, if you want to become a carpenter, if you want to make profession anything, even driving, that requires to do learning. Learn to be. Learn how to be a human being. Man's life is very great. Don't destroy the life. Don't spoil the life by following bad means or bad method. And therefore learn how to be happy. That is very important. Happiness is the goal of mankind. Live happily. Life is very great. Don't spoil it. This is what Purandaradasa said. And learn to live together. That is very important. Man is a social animal. Man cannot live alone. Man wants company. Man wants sociability. He loves group. He loves company. From that point of view, you should learn how to live together. To live together requires a lot of patience, understanding, mutual love, mutual understanding. Therefore, the Dellar Commission emphasized these 4 aspects to emphasize how teaching is an education and a teacher is an educator. Friends, it has been pointed out that the pedagogy, that is the teaching and learning, has been undergoing changes in the wake of e-learning and virtual learning. E-learning and virtual learning. Electronic learning, you remember. And therefore, the teachers need to be reflective persons with management qualities and skills. Reflective persons. Whatever you teach, you must reflect. When you go back to your house or when you go back to the staff room, what you did, what you taught, how did you teach, how the students achieve it. And that makes him to correct his mistakes. In the opinion of Dr. Radhakrishnan, students must be freed from prejudice and fanaticism. Prejudice and fanaticism. Because he emphasized the moral values of the educator. And therefore, today, technology-driven teaching, learning process must be inculcated, must be understood, and must be followed as the educator. There is more to integrate personalized adaptive learning into what we call digital infrastructure for knowledge sharing platform. In short, it is called Diksha. It provides e-content via online portal and mobile application. And from that point of view, the teacher as an educator must understand the importance of digital learning. And this has encouraged the NEP of 2020 to recommend the establishment of National Technology Forum in order to promote what we call digital learning and digital education. According to Henry Simon, a foreign writer, teacher as an educator must follow 4 principles in order to become effective teacher or effective educator. One is, you must have a systematic, organized teaching material. That is very important. Your teaching material should be systematic. It should be well organized. That requires a lot of reading, making notes. That is why I told you earlier, reading makes a full man. I quoted Francis Bacon of 17th century. A teacher is always a learner. A teacher is always a student. He must read every day. Number 3, he must develop communication skill. Very excellent communication skill. Not merely effective skill, excellent communication skill. Communication is very, very important. You can attract the students. You can draw the attention of the students. You can inspire the students. It is well said, a bad teacher complains, an average teacher reads, a good teacher delivers lectures, an excellent teacher inspires the students in the classroom. That is very important. An excellent teacher inspires the students in the classroom. And you know, your own teachers, I know my own teachers, when I was a student in the high school and also in the colleges, there were excellent teachers who had inspired us. We cannot forget them. They shaped our future. They shaped our personality. They inspired us. That is why an excellent teacher is one who inspires the students in the classroom. Number 4, friendly learner of students. That is very important. You must treat your students with a sense of friendliness. A good teacher is one who treats his students friendly. That is very important. Friendship is very important. But don't cross the limit. You must develop the friendship, amiability, affability with the students. Number 4, he says, a teacher should have audience sense. I told you earlier in the other class, audience sense. The students belonging to different background, different classes, whether they are advanced learners or slow learners or backbench learners, understanding them is very important. Keeping that in mind, you must change your teaching method and thereby you can become a very good educator. Therefore, a teacher can become an effective educator by following these measures. According to some scholars, as an educator, the teacher should develop or encourage 4D principles. What are these 4D principles? Number 1, discussion in the classroom. Number 1, discussion in the classroom. Without a discussion, it cannot be a good classroom. It cannot be a good lecture room. Don't dictate the notes. Don't read in the classroom. That is very important. Your body language, how you stand, how you speak, how you discuss the issue in the classroom. That is very important. Number 3, discovery in the classroom. You discover the ideas, new concepts, new results, new developments. Because it is possible. Discussion will lead to discovery. That is very important. Discovery is some sort of a research work. Number 3, discovery should lead to development. Development of new ideas, development of new theories, development of new concepts, development of new ideas, new what you call concepts or the perceptions. New theories will develop. And then last one, dissemination of knowledge. Whatever you do this, whatever you discuss, whatever you discover, whatever you develop, these ideas will be disseminated to the society. Dissemination means spreading to the society. Leave it to the society for the benefit. And from that point of view, a teacher can become a very good educator. And that is why today we are emphasizing that the teacher-dominated system should be replaced by learner-dominated system. That is very important. Therefore, as an educator, you must give importance to the learners who are the main stakeholders, in the realm of what you call higher education. Therefore, E stands for educator. A teacher is an educator. Completing the syllabus is not alone important, but teaching the content of the syllabus in a proper way is very important as an educator. Number 3, a teacher is an advisor. That is very important. Advice can be given on academic matters and non-academic matters. That is very important. On academic matters. Sometimes the students do not know what to select, what to take the subjects, how to take the subject, how to attend the class. Depending upon their interest, one can give the advice on academic matters, either to choose this subject or that discipline, or to go for this program or that program, depending upon his talent, depending upon his aptitude. That is very important. And the non-academic matters like personality development, that is very important. There are some students who do not understand their own potentiality. They cannot discuss their potentiality. They are discover their potentiality. It is a teacher. That is why a teacher is called as an educator, because educe, draw out. The teacher can draw out the inherent potentiality of the learners, of the students. And therefore, he can give advice to the students on personality development, higher goals in life. That is very important. What one can become a great teacher. If you go to some of the top institutes in the world, you find how the goals are set by those institutions. Moral values, social values, educational values, and also the spirit of entrepreneur. All these will go a long way, to achieve the great personality and to contribute something for the development of the society. And therefore, as a teacher, one can advise the students to achieve great, what you call social service, or to become what we call achievers. That is very important. Or to become an achievers. Bad teaching, according to Dellar Commission, is a national risk. Bad teaching is a national risk. Don't indulge in bad teaching. And Dr. Radhakrishnan made one sarcastic remark that an intellectual slum is more dangerous than physical slum. Look at this, an intellectual slum. Now, if you educate the man in a very bad way, if you don't advise him in a good way, and if he becomes an evil, then he will become a very dangerous man in the society, and therefore he will create more problem than contributing for the orderly society. Therefore, it is in this sense, a teacher is called a friend, philosopher, and guide. Don't forget that. A teacher is called as a friend, a philosopher, and a guide. He is the torch bearer of the society. He is the beacon light of the society. And that is why the UGC guidelines regarding social responsibility and community engagement and for institutional development plan call for academics to make the teacher great advisors, to see that teachers act as advisors. From that point of view, friends, teachers are called as very good advisors. Don't forget this, and don't ignore this when you go back. You are not only a transformer, you are not only a good educator, but also you are a good advisor. Remember this one. And number 4, a teacher is a creator. That is very important. A teacher is a creator. There are some statements which underline this statement. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Maheshwara. See, the teacher combines the great qualities of three gods. Guru Brahma. Guru is like a scholar. Guru Vishnu. Guru is a man of aesthetic sense, goodness. Guru Maheshwara. He is also capable of punishing the evil, transforming the bad person. And the Kotari Commission, which I mentioned earlier, said the destiny of the country is shaped in the classroom. That's very, very important. Make this statement, write this statement, keep this statement in the classroom. The destiny of the country is shaped in the classroom. You produce the future citizens of the country. You produce. If a man is good because of his good education, moral education, value-based education. Kabir Das ಒಂದು ಮಾತನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. He says, it is the teacher who shows the path to see the God. Between the God and the teacher, he preferred the teacher, not the God. Because he said, I can see the God through my teacher. That is the greatness of a teacher. Therefore, a teacher who is considered as a creator must play a very important role. Dr. Zakir Hussain said, a teacher is the architect of students' life. According to H.G. Wells, a teacher is the creator of history. Yes, a teacher is the creator of history. I don't forget my good teachers. You will not forget your good teachers who had inspired you, who had shaped your personality and future. Gandhiji observed, by education I mean an all-round development of the best among students. And therefore teachers are the makers of the age. Teachers are the makers of the age. So this analysis clearly indicates the greatness of the teachers. Don't repent yourself that you have become a teacher. It is a noble profession. It is a great profession. It is a lovable profession. It is a profession which can transform the society. From that point of view, a teacher can be called as a great creator of the future generations. Then the fifth one, H. A teacher is a harmonizer. I am emphasizing this aspect because we are living in a society which is highly complicated and divided. India is a plural society. India is a segmented society with so many languages, social diversities, linguistic diversities, regional diversities, so on and so forth. How to make India united? It is only through harmony. Social harmony is very important. Social harmony is the basis of secularism. Secularism means you don't bother about the religion or caste. You must think that we are all Indians. As I told you earlier, secularism indicates a sense of humanism, a sense of fraternity, brotherhood of mankind, dignity of the individuals. They are incorporated in the preamble of the Constitution. It is the duty of the teachers to treat all students equally and friendly. That is very important. Equally and friendly. They come from different backgrounds. They have a social background, but don't ill-treat them. Don't discriminate them. No question of indiscrimination. Because it is against the Constitution of India. According to Dellar Commission, education is one of the principal means available to foster a harmonious form of human development. That's very important. Harmonious form of human development, and thereby reduce poverty, exclusion, ignorance, oppression, and war. Beautiful statement. So harmony is one of the ways to destroy poverty and to remove exclusion. Don't exclude the people. Don't underestimate the people. Don't create social barriers in the name of caste or religion or any other background. And that is why a teacher can create harmony in the society where all people can live together. We are all Indians. That is why the preamble of the Indian starts with "We the people of India." That is very important. We the people of India. That expression "We the people of India" indicates sovereignty of the people, popular sovereignty of the people. That is, we have created the constitution. We have framed the constitution. We have formed democratic republic form of government on the basis of social justice, liberty, equality, fraternity, secularism, unity of the country, and integrity of the country. These are the main principles found in the preamble of the Constitution. And don't ignore that. You must follow them. Whatever subject you teach, whether science, mathematics, or social science, or any subject, you cannot ignore the basic principles of the Indian Constitution. The core principles of the Indian Constitution. That is why Karnataka government, when Dr. G. Parmeshwara was the education minister, made studying of the Indian Constitution compulsory for all the students. But nowadays, I don't know whether students are reading or not. But at the high school level, everyone should understand the basic principles of the Indian Constitution. One is popular sovereignty, supremacy of the people of India. Second one, democratic republic. Third one, social justice, economic, political, social justice. Third one, liberty. Fourth one, fundamental rights. Fifth one, directive principles of state policy. Seventh one, secularism. Third one, fraternity. Ninth one, dignity. And 10th one, unity. 11th one, integrity of India. Integrity of India was, that word was included by Indira Gandhi in 1974. Secularism was also included in 1976 through the 42nd Amendment Act. Therefore, even though the word secularism is not defined in the Constitution, secularism means peaceful coexistence of all religions. All people should live together in a friendly manner, in a peaceful manner. No discrimination should be done on the basis of religion, caste, sex, or any other factor. All are Indians. That is very, very important. And public offices are open for everybody. That is very important. No discrimination. We don't have state religion. We have no national religion. We have secularism. From that point of view, friends, the teacher who acts as an harmonizer must understand this, and he must teach these principles to the students of India. In a diversified India, management, leadership skills, and solving identity crises are very important for teachers. India is passing through the crisis. There are some people who are creating problem for India. There are internal enemies and external enemies. But it is our duty. That is why I said earlier, the destiny of the nation is shaped in the classroom. You produce future citizens of the country. Nehru was a great leader because he had very good education in London. Dr. Manmohan Singh was a very good leader because he had a very good education not only in England but also in India. He was a scholar from Oxford University. Indira Gandhi was a great leader, very powerful leader because she was educated in England and she was also educated in India. In Karnataka, for example, we had very good leaders who were highly educated. Nijalingappa, K. Hanumantayya, S.M. Krishna, they were highly educated. S.M. Krishna was educated from the Ramakrishna mission in Mysore. He was one of the taller leaders with high culture. He never criticized anybody with bad words. He was a man with great culture. That required leadership. K. Kamaraj was a great leader. And even Lal Bahadur Shastri, even though he was educated in what we call Sanskrit Patashala of Varanasi, he was a great leader. He was a sober leader. He was an amiable leader. That clearly shows education would go a long way, how they shape the students who can become good leaders tomorrow. And from that point of view, friends, the teachers require this kind of what you call identity crisis, what you call character. According to Ramesh Verma, one of the scholars, mentioned 4 important principles which are required for the teacher to become an effective harmonizer. Number 1, socially responsible teachers. Don't confine only to the classroom or to the four walls of your institution. You have a social responsibility. You must encourage the students to undertake social responsible activities. National NSS activities, NCC activities, extracurricular activities, visiting the villages, developing a sense of fraternity among them, improving them. All these will go a long way. Therefore, the role of the teacher should not confine only to the classroom or to the syllabus, but also outside the classroom. In that sense, a teacher is becoming a social responsible teacher. Number two, teachers have high values and ethics. That is very important. Teachers should embody the principles of integrity. What is integrity? Honesty. No question of corruption. No question of giving private tuition. No question of indulging in malpractices. No. Teacher is a teacher. That is very important. He is respected with high morality in the society. From that point of view, high values are very important. Ethical personality is very important. A man should be afraid of rules and regulation. According to some writers, the teacher should advise the students about four things. Number one, importance of law. Law is very important in the society. We have adopted rule of law. What is rule of law? Rule of law means supremacy of the law. This was enunciated by A.V. Dicey in England. In a democracy, law is above the individual. He may be a prime minister or the president or anybody. Whoever commits the mistake is subjected to the principles of law, the rule of law. That is number one. Respect the law. Protect the law. Follow the law. That is very important. It may be a traffic rule. It may be an educational rule. It may be any other rule. One should become a law-abiding citizen. That is very important. Law-abiding citizenship is very, very important. That can be explained in the classroom by the teachers who know the value of law, the value of relevance. If there is no law, there is anarchy. If there is anarchy, there is dictatorship. And naturally, it leads to what we call might is right. Society will move towards what we call dangers. Criminals will take place, criminals will dominate, and as a result, the law of jungle will prevail. That should not happen. Because in a democracy today, we are living in the organized society. Organized society requires the significance of law, the retention of law, respect for law, following the law. Number two, the teacher should advise the importance of what we call the conscience. The conscience is very important. Gandhiji said, conscience is the Supreme Court. There is one court, Supreme Court is there. But above the Supreme Court, there is one court that is called conscience. Conscience is there. Atma Shakshantana. Act according to your conscience. Act according to your will. That is very important. You are a human being. You are a rational animal. You have a thinking capacity. You analyze what is good and what is bad. And that is why in the classroom, you must emphasize the importance of morality in the name of conscience. Morality is very important. Conscience should be followed. Number three, the teacher should advise the students about the importance of the people, about the role of the people. If the people agitate, if the people rebel, nobody can stop them. You remember the French Revolution. You remember glorious revolution of England in 1688. You remember American Revolution. You remember what happened to Philippines recently. What happened to Sri Lanka 2 years ago. And in other places, what happened to, many, even in Myanmar, what is happening? People revolted. Today in India, Generation G, younger generations are emerging. And therefore, when you ignore the society, when you become too corrupt, when you misuse the power, when the politicians abuse the power, people will not keep quiet. They will rebel. When they rebel, you can't stop them. And therefore, the teacher should advise the students, when they become rulers, when they become administrators, when they become important citizens of the country, they should maintain the decency and anarchy and integrity. That's very important. Don't abuse the power. Don't misuse the power. That is very, very important. Now, what happened to Sri Lankan president 2 years ago? He was made to leave the country, because he had misused the power. He had abused the power. So from that point of view, you must advise the students about the importance of the people. And lastly, friends, you must advise the students to be afraid of God, if they believe in God. Now, there are some people who don't believe in God. We categorize the people into 3 categories. Theists, who are the believers in God. Atheists, who are non-believers. Agnostics, who are neutral. Now, in India, more than 80% of the people believe in God. We have so many temples. We have so many divine places. According to 2011 census, in India, we had more temples than schools. More temples than schools. You remember, and you can see how some temples are very famous. Ayodhya temple, for example. Venkateshwara temple, for example, in Andhra Pradesh. Even in Karnataka, we have got so many temples which are earning lot of money. Kukke Subramanya temple in Dakshina Kannada. So many temples are there. If you go to Kerala, Swami Ayyappa temple, Guruvayuru temple, Padmanabha temple in Thiruvananthapuram. There are so many temples which are making money. And you must remember, respect them. Try to become believers in God. When you believe in God, you don't commit mistakes. You don't commit atrocities. You will not become a wicked man or a bad man. Belief in God makes you to feel that you are a noble person, that you are a pious person, that you are a good person. Because life is very great. Life is very short. Don't forget that. Life is very short. Man may live for 100 years, but out of 100 years, he is active up to 70 years or 75 years. After 75 years, we don't know what will happen to him because of fragile health, because of weakness in the body, because of so many other things. From that point of view, friends, advise the students to remember the God. If God is there, if they believe in God. If they don't believe in God, let them forget it. So from that point of view, these 4 things are to be taught in the classroom to make the students, to develop the philosophy of harmony. Social balance is important. Social harmony is very important. Then the third one is Ramesh Verma, accountable teachers. You are accountable for your academic activities and other activities, for the developmental activities, for the improvement activities of the society. Accountable teachers. Whatever you do, you must do it very carefully and very diligently. And fourthly, he said, teachers with professionalism and influencing skills are very important. Professionalism. You must be perfect in the subject. You must be perfect in your behavior. You must be moral in your attitude. That is very important. Moral personality is very important because everybody looks at you. Oh, he is a teacher. He is a professor. He is a reader. He is a person with highly respect. Because if a politician commits a mistake, people don't bother. But if a teacher commits a mistake, means people look at him, look at her. From that point of view, friends, a teacher should contribute to social solidarity. That's very important. Social solidarity, social cohesion, social harmony, important. And that is why, which is the foundation of fraternity, national unity and national integrity. From that point of view, friend, the 5th letter stands for harmonization. A teacher is a harmonizer. Don't discriminate in the classroom. Please remember. That is very, very important. Behave like a humanistic teacher. Behave like a holistic teacher. Behave like a moralistic teacher. Behave like a spiritual teacher. Teach good things, not bad things. Transform the wicked individual into a good individual. That is possible. That is why I told you in the beginning that you are a transformer. A teacher is a transformer. Then the 6th letter. A teacher is an elucidator. What do you mean by elucidation? Giving clarity to certain concepts, to certain theories, certain principles. Now, for example, in political science, today we are using the word strategic autonomy. What do you mean by strategic autonomy? Earlier we were using non-alignment when Nehru was there. and when Manmohan Singh was there. What do you mean by non-alignment? Non-alignment is against alignment. Non-alignment means dynamic neutrality, not neutrality, dynamic neutrality. Today, Modi government is using the word strategic autonomy. What do you mean by strategic autonomy? Multi-alignment. Developing friendship with all countries. Yesterday, Modi was telling, because of our good friendship, we got a fuel supply from 40 countries during the West Asian War. When there was a war between Iran and America, there was a crisis. But we met that crisis. We overcame that crisis because in India, a lot of vehicles are there. If you go to Bangalore, it is very difficult to walk in the street. More than 50 lakhs vehicles are plying on the road in Bangalore. Even in Mysore, many roads, are filled with vehicles. More than 10 lakh vehicles are there. How to give them fuel, cooking gas, how to supply them? We are depending upon the foreign countries. We have yet to become self-reliant. But Modi said, because of our strategic autonomy, we were able to get supply from Russia, from Iran, from various other countries. That is called strategic autonomy. Therefore, whenever there are certain concepts, rationalism. What do you mean by rationalism? We use the word Marxism. What do you mean by Marxism? What is income tax? What is ATM? What is e-payment? What is UPI payment? All these concepts are to be explained to the students whenever they do not know. In that sense, a teacher is called as an elucidator. That is very important. We call sometimes military intervention. What do you mean by democracy? What do you mean by republic? In the preamble, we have used both. Democratic, republic. What is the difference? You must explain. Democracy means representatives are elected by the people. Demos means people. Cracy means rule. Republic means no hereditary rule. The head of the state is indirectly elected by the MPs of parliament and MLAs of state legislature. Therefore, it is called democratic republic. Secularism. What do you mean by secularism? Again, concept. These are the concepts you have to explain. Social justice. What do you mean by social justice? It is the justice for all. It is a just treatment, equal treatment, no discrimination. So from that point of view, friends, elucidation is very, very important. And therefore, ideologies and jargons, concepts, theories. Sometimes we use the word scientific materialism. Sometimes we use the word economic determinism. Sometimes we use the word dialectical method. What is the dialectic method? Thesis, antithesis equal to synthesis. That is the dialectic method. You propose some idea, somebody would attack that idea, criticize that idea, but later on there is a compromise. Good ideas of both the theses are being merged together. That will become a synthesis. That is called dialectical method. From that point of view, friend, a teacher is an elucidator. Don't criticize the students whenever they want clarification from you regarding the difficult concept, difficult doctrines. What do you mean by doctrine? What do you mean by principle? All these are there in the what you call syllabus and also in the teaching method. From that point of view, it is said, a teacher, an educator is a kindly flame, not the filling of the vessel. Education is kindling of the flame, not the killing of the vessel. And from that point of view, even NEP of 2020 is emphasizing the greater role of the teacher as an educator. And the seventh one, a teacher is a researcher. A teacher is a researcher. Yes, of higher education. Don't think that college teachers are not doing research or they are not meant to do research. No. Higher education includes college education also, not merely PG education. In America, they call it as graduate education. And the teachers are required to carry out research activities. And how to carry out research activities? By preparing the research project, minor research project, major research project, approaching the funding agencies, both in India and abroad, getting financial grant or assistance, doing research, collecting the data, analyzing the data, drafting the first draft, second draft, third draft, and getting the support or the advice from the experts. All these would go a long way to make the teacher a great researcher. In fact, NEP of 2020 has emphasized the research aspect, and National Research Foundation has been created in India in 2023. National Research Foundation has been created. You can approach them for funds and also the central government, and that would go a long way, in order to promote the research. The NEP of 2020 has made the following recommendations to promote research. Research culture is very important. That is very important. Research culture is very important. Now, for example, Karnataka government and other governments have introduced guarantees, free guarantees. Economic structures can make an impact study on the Shakti plan or Shakti scheme or on free electricity supply scheme or any other scheme, or even please supply food grains. What is the economic impact? If you go on giving everything freely to the people, what will be the status of economy in the country or in the state? We can make a common impact study. That will go a long way. Then you can open the eyes of the government. Oh, we have to change our attitude. We have to modify our pre-schemes or what you call popular scheme. Populist politics is a very dangerous one. It's a very dangerous one. Don't make the people lazy without giving them work. Give them work, let them earn the money, let them contribute to the state in the form of revenues. That is very important. And from that point of view, it said enhancement of research culture with high quality interdisciplinary approach is very important. With high quality interdisciplinary approach, economics, social science, political science, mathematics, chemistry, so on and so forth. They will go a long way. Research in arts, humanities, science and social sciences are extremely important for the progress and enlightened nature of our nation, according to NEP, in all subjects. Don't keep together. Say, if you go to Tamil Nadu, in many colleges and universities, they are doing a lot of research work. They get money from foreign countries, foreign funds, BBC, Ford Foundation, I told you earlier. They get crores of rupees and they publish articles and they come out with research findings. But in some states, including Karnataka, research in social sciences is not very active. It is lagging behind. That we have to understand how democracy is working in India, how social policies are working in India. They have to conduct research on these aspects. And secondly, it said research counseling may be followed to identify students' interests and the talents regarding research. Research counseling. That's why I told you earlier, conduct the workshop and research activities. Invite the experts. How to prepare the minor research project, major research projects. How to approach the funding agencies. They will tell you. And you can do that. So when you undertake a research project, you will become more active. In addition to your teaching, mentally you will be active, financially you will become strong. You can buy equipment to your college. You can improve the laboratory facilities in your college. That will go a long way to develop infrastructure facilities in the institution. Therefore, inclusion of research, internship program at the UG level, faculty career management system that give weightage to research and need to be enhanced according to what we call the National Education Policy of 2020. As for its recommendation, National Research Foundation has been created in August 2023 with 4 objectives. What are these 4 objectives? Remember, note down these 4 objectives. Number 1, fund competitive peer-reviewed grant proposals of all types and across all disciplines. Competitive peer-reviewed grant proposals of all types, of all subjects. So it will fund, it will give the money. Money has been allotted to it. Number 2, seed money growing and facilitate research at academic institutions, particularly at universities and colleges. Seed money will be given to the teachers at the universities and the colleges. Seed money means initial money. Initial amount will be given to you. Therefore, you can get encouragement and you can get a full financial assistance at the later stage. And thirdly, it acts as a liaison between researchers and relevant branches of government and industries Which one? This National Research Foundation. It acts as a liaison between the government and the researchers, between the funding agencies and the researchers, between the industries and the researchers. Because sometimes your research project may have contact, with the industries also. That is the third objective. Fourth objective is recognize outstanding research and progress. Recognize outstanding research and progress. Publish them in the peer review. Therefore, from that point of view, friends, the National Research Foundation is governed independently of the government by a rotating board of governors without government interference. So you can approach it and you can get funds. After explaining these aspects, last aspect is what the NEP says about the teacher's role. Teacher's role is very important. According to 2020 NEP, education is a public good. Don't forget this. It is a public cause. It is a public good. And it is the foundation of a vibrant society. And therefore it says motivated teachers are required. Capable faculty is required. Teachers are to be motivated, energized. That is very important. You must work with energy and capable faculty. The most important factor in the success of higher education institution is the quality and engagement of the faculty. And therefore, it has made the following recommendations. What are these recommendations? Best infrastructure and facilities with the educational technology must be provided to teachers. Good infrastructure is important with the technological assistance. Number two, teaching duties should not be excessive. Teaching must be less because you have to devote more time for research activities and for development. Number three, faculty should be given freedom to design their own curricula and pedagogical approaches to design your own curricula. Curriculum. Curricula is a plural and the basis of your teaching and the basis of your experience. In Western countries, it is there. But in India, we have a so-called board of studies in a university, and some people are there. They come and frame the syllabus and they revise the syllabus. But NEP says, give it to the teachers because he is the master of the teacher. He is the sovereign master of the curriculum. Number four, faculty must be encouraged through rewards. You must be encouraged through rewards, promotions, recognitions, and institutional leadership. So when a good teacher teaches well, you must give awards to them, financial incentive, and various other recognitions, so that he will be more motivated, he will get more inspiration to do further work and to contribute something. And the fifth one is, according to NEP of 2020, a teacher should have a tenure job before he is confirmed. He must be put under the probation, what it called a tenure track. During the tenure track, it is called a probationary period. He must successfully complete the probationary period and then only he can be confirmed according to the NEP. The confirmed appointment is important and that can be done on the basis of review by the peers, review by the students. That means you might get the feedback from the students whether he is a good teacher or not, whether he is a good researcher or not. Then his innovations in teaching and pedagogy, his quality research, professional developmental activities, and other forms of service to the institution and to the community. So on the basis of his contribution to the institution and to the society, the NEP says the teacher can be confirmed. That shows it is a very rigorous appointment. The teachers are to be very active, they must be very dynamic, and they must also understand the institutional development plan. Every institution must have a development plan for 3 years or for 5 years. Then only, the institution can grow. Another recommendation of the NEP is it recommends a teacher education, which is very vital to shape the future generations. Teachers must be educated. Look at this, on Indian values, social values, economic values, political values, cultural values. You know, our lifestyle is entirely different. Languages, ethos, traditions, latest advances in education and pedagogy. All these are very important. India is a unique society. India is a diversified society. Our cultures are different. Our values are different. Our family systems are different. All these are to be taught, by the teachers in order to become great, in order to develop or promote the quality education. And the PhD entrants must be required to take credit-based courses in teaching and writing for a particular period. So, even if he is a new PhD holder, he must be given a proper, encouragement to undergo training for few days or for few months. In service, continuous development of college teachers is very, very important. That means those who are in service, they must be given proper training, and particularly regarding the use of technology in the field of education. And therefore, a national mission for mentoring shall be established for mentoring professional support to university college teachers. National mission for mentoring is important. This has to be created, as per the what we call recommendation of the NEP of 2020. It has also recommended the establishment of National Education Technology Forum. National Education Technology Forum. It will create a platform for the exchange of ideas and the use of technology to enhance the learning, assessment, planning, administration, etc. on both the school and higher education. Therefore, these recommendations, friends, would go a long way to make the teacher a successful teacher in the classroom as well as outside the classroom. And reading NEP of 2020 would also enhance his capability, to understand the important or the core principles of NEP of 2020. And therefore, in the 21st century, the role and responsibility of the teachers are very great, very immense, very important, vital, central for the quality education and for the promotion of quality research in the Institute of Education and universities. With this, I would stop here. If there are questions, welcome for 5 minutes. Therefore, one thing is clear. Teaching is a noble profession. And friends, you are all lucky. Today, we are all getting very good salary. Please remember that. We are getting very good salary. And according to that very good or fabulous salary, our duty must also be very good. Must be committed. Must be dedicated. Must be devoted. You must love the teaching profession. Nothing, you say, as soon as I passed out my MA in 1971, I became a teacher the next day. Since then, I have been a teacher. I love this teaching profession. I like this teaching profession. For the last 35 to 40 years, I have been teaching here. Not only here, but also outside. But somehow or the other, I respected this. I loved this. I have changed many students. And they have remembered us. And even today, they remember us. That shows a long way. Therefore, don't regret for having selecting the teaching job. Teachers today are very, very important, very creative. They are the creators of the new generations. They are the creator of the future citizens of the country. And therefore, the destiny of the country and the development of the country is greatly depending upon the teaching quality in the classroom. And that has been emphasized by NEP of 2020. It has said, respect the teachers. They are the respectable members of the society because they change or they reshape the future of the students and the future of what we call India or the motherland. Yes, any questions? Welcome. And therefore, the word I said, 7 letters, teacher, don't forget them. remember them, explain them, and follow them. Then only you will become a great teacher. You must be free from prejudice and pride. A teacher should not have a pride. A teacher should not have prejudice. A teacher should develop what we call scientific attitude, rationalistic attitude. Scientific attitude means no question of emotion. You must be free to react to the students' questions and answers and advise them to become moral citizens of the country. Because today India is in a very difficult crisis. I don't know, some over the other, sometimes technology is also misleading the youngsters. And most of the students, most of the youngsters are becoming what you call cruel. They are indulging in criminal activities. That is not good for the development of the nation. That should not happen, because they should become good citizens of the country. So good citizens can be produced only in the classroom, and that is by student, by the teachers. No question? Thank you very much for the opportunity given to me to interact with you on these two important topics in the realm of higher education. Because education is the backbone of the country's development. After defense, we have to give importance to education. You should acquire, or you should occupy the second place in the national agenda.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
I have one doubt, sir. Sir, as you said, teachers are good advisors. But in Gen Z students, those students are not good listeners.
But you can change them. But you can, you see, persuasion is very important. Pursue. First time you may fail, second time you may fail, but third time definitely you will succeed. It all depends upon your approach. Your approach is very, very important. Because yes. Jayaprakash Narayan, he changed the, the evil person from evil to good when he started his movement called JP movement during 1970s. There were some people who were indulging in anti-national activities, corrupt activities. He changed them and he transformed them, not by one method, not by two methods, but by 3-4 methods. Therefore, persuasion is very important. Tolerance is very important. Tolerance is very important.
Okay.
So? Whenever wife and husband go to the court for divorce, the judge will ask them, live together for 6 months. Have some time. During that 6-month period, they may come to the understanding and compromise. And they may say, we don't want divorce. This is important. Their approach is very important. Our smiling face is very important. Don't give them and don't try to change them overnight. Because sometimes it's very difficult to change some people overnight. Or even in one way. It requires different methods, different approaches.
So, Kalpana here, sir.
Kalpana here, sir. Kalpana.
Please, Kalpana.
Yeah, sir. Sir, you mentioned that social science domain is not so effective in research. If I'm not wrong, you just mentioned before 15 minutes. I just wanted to know why you have thoughts like that about social science domain.
Because people are not taking interest in doing research. Secondly, some of the PhDs they have produced are not of quality in nature. That is what many reports have come. And
okay.
Sometimes they have selected irrelevant subjects which are not relevant to society or to the community. Doing research on such topics would not go a long way in promoting what you call the social relevant research activities. In that sense, some criticism has been leveled against the research work in the field of social sciences.
Okay. So then what if actually in social science domains, what I have personally experienced is we are asked to manipulate data and we are asked to manipulate the results because it is against to, as you mentioned, we have to conduct some research on social policies, its implementation process and its impact and all. So we have been asked to manipulate the data only and manipulate the results only. So because yes, because it is against to the government and their policy and their programs.
When I went to America as a Fulbright scholar, I studied a lot. I collected a lot of data, on American federalism because my research work was on comparative federalism. I collected data on American federalism, Canadian federalism, Australian federalism. When I came back, I analyzed the data, collated the data, and made a separated draft. When I gave it to my guide had no time to look into it. He kept it for 3-4 months with him. Then again, I took it back, myself revised it, then I submitted my thesis. So here, no question of manipulation. It all depends upon your effort. Your interest is very important. Your effort is important. Your aptitude is very important. Towards the subject, towards the research. See, its relevance may be the secondary next one. But quality research is very important. How you write. See, I don't want to talk much about it. But today I learned there are some ghost writers also there. But that should not happen. And we have
Because
been
even though we get involved personally in the research, as you mentioned, aptitude, we should
I am
have
very
a
happy that you are very
aptitude.
frank. I am very happy that you are very frank. Mentioning
No, sir,
about
because I have faced this issue because
I know it. I know it.
we have to get
But
clearance
that's why
from
I
the
said
ethical
earlier,
review
according to
committee.
our conscience, we have to do our quality work. According to our conscience, we should not listen to others. We don't want to, follow, the illegal method or immoral method, to complete the research work. That should not go along. But conscience is very important. Our work is very important. Our interest is very important. Nothing is
Yeah, but
impossible, provided if you have interest and hardworking nature. Nothing is impossible. You can achieve anything. Today you may not like it, but tomorrow you may become the best researcher. It all depends upon the way in which you look at things. That is very important.
So, but what is the use if we cannot give the exact, then what is the use? We cannot give the exact result to the society because we are working on social issues as a social science domain people.
See, you have to publish your, if it's a good research work, you have to publish it and submit it to the government, for example, on any aspect, as I said, on free guarantees. Now, what is the impact of the Shakti Yojana or what we call Gruha Jyoti? So they have provided, they have adopted 5 guarantees, free of cost to the people. Politics of populism. What is its impact on economy, on society, on governance, on administration? So find out, collect the data, prepare the data, prepare the thesis, then submit to the government later. This is what is happening. And therefore, either you can make suggestion to change the system or to replace the system. That is how it goes
but
along.
what is the challenges? I'm unable to get the institutional ethical committee review certificate.
Huh? You are?
Ethical, yes, sir. Institutional ethical committee, we should get certificate before publishing or before submitting the report to
Ethical
government.
I don't know about that one. I don't know. But you can, I don't think so. Your research is an independent work. PhD has been awarded by a particular university. So you can publish it in the form of the book. For that, permission may not necessary. I don't think so. Not necessary. Why? You are
No, sir. Yes, sir. Few Scopus publication, they are
but
asking
some
for ethical.
private institution may have such thing. But regarding other things, I don't think it is required. When I published my thesis in the form of the book, I did not seek the permission from the university. I published it on my own.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for the interaction I have with you. And I wish you all the best for another few days to complete your program. Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
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 Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
ಅಲ್ಲ ಇದು ನೋಡಪ್ಪ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಇದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ.
Political science professor.
ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ನಡೀತಿದ್ಯಾ?